Greetings, Dr. West. It has recently come to my attention that you have chosen to compete politically in order to secure an election to the office of President of the United States of America. Choosing this vulnerable moment in our nation's history to secure such an office would be not only antithetical to the core values which laid the groundwork for the development of a nation that, in spite of its fractures, is enduringly worthy of steadfast allegiance, but antithetical to the values you represent as an individual man. My reasoning behind such an exhortation is not to place limits on any man, provided there is some value in his offering, be it through arts, sciences, or simple toiling in order to enjoy the freedoms that our cherished Constitution provides. In this case, however, I would urge against the grain you've chosen due to a seemingly relentless commitment to the ideas that have eroded at and undermined not only the cherished values of, but the very sovereignty this beloved nation is in seemingly imminent danger of losing. Dr. West, I have had the pleasure of hearing your ideas and observing the manner in which you speak. Admittedly, I have found not only your manner, but your point of view compelling, despite its leading to certain inevitabilities that have continued to play themselves out since that talisman of a day when Chairman Mao secured our allegiance, becoming favored over his own political opponent, who at the time had come to be perceived as no better than the National Socialists who had recently been defeated by Allied forces. Since that day, Marxism, an ideology which seems to flourish throughout the entirety of your thinking and rhetoric, has continued to play an insidious yet manageable role in the American discussion at the cost of a great deal of bloodshed, so that anyone born on this soil could think his own private thoughts, and if he chose, could express them freely in the open market of ideas by his own volition without fear of anything other than an argument that could conceivably lead to a man's better understanding of himself as well as his counterpart. As any sort of witness to this nation's continuously unfolding story may yet testify, the principle of upholding individual liberties has vanished all too often at critical moments. This absence of principle seems painfully greater at times than the principle itself. Still, Dr. West, I believe in the individual rights and liberties of man, and that he's embodied with the rights given to him by God in order to live, as they say, his best life, according to the grace and mercy of his God. As you are surely aware, given your towering intellect, gift for discernment, and critical thought, it is entirely possible at this point in our nation's history that you may secure the office. This awareness must, no doubt, conjure an appetite that very few men could resist seeking to fulfill. However, as I conclude my remarks, I am reminded that what little I have been able to enjoy and accomplish as a man, privileged enough to be born in the United States of America, would not have been possible were I to find myself living under the conditions that any deluded, Marxist-saturated worldview would impose. I encourage you to reconsider your motivations and your heart posture in this manner. May God bless you and your family with optimal health and prosperity. Your buddy, Hundo Craig.